Hello, my name is Janelle Santana, and I am the founder of JSSelfcare. Please make sure that you hit the bell and you also subscribe to my YouTube channel. By hitting the bell, you will be updated on all of my JSSelfcare topics. Today, I want to talk about ways we can help ourselves to stop self-sabotaging and to start working on motivating ourselves to execute our goals and live in our purpose. I believe we limit ourselves because we fear failure. Don't knock it until you try it. It's time to stop being your own worst enemy. Self-sabotaging is having conflicting thoughts and feelings about achieving what you want to achieve. Self-sabotaging is when your thoughts and feelings lead you to act in ways that interfere with your ability to achieve your long-term goals. Self-sabotaging is you acting against yourself. We can sabotage ourselves in any life areas such as finances, relationships, and self-growth. Say, for instance, you're trying to save your money for a rainy day fund. You save your money and you say, I'm not going to touch this. I'm only going to touch this money in the event of an emergency. And then you go to the mall. You go to the mall and you see these nice sneakers and a nice outfit to match those sneakers. You then say, I don't have enough money right now. Oh, yes, I do. I have my rainy day fund. At that point, you use your rainy day fund to purchase the sneakers that you don't need and the outfit you don't need and didn't plan to buy. You purchase it and now you no longer have a rainy day fund. You just sabotaged your rainy day fund and you sabotage yourself. Now, if an emergency comes, you have no money to either pay for something or you have no money for your children in the event of emergency. Health and finances is our next one. You've been eating really, really well at home, taking care of your family, eating healthy. You get on the scale and you realize that you lost 5 pounds. So what do? You go out with your friends. Instead of ordering a salad, you order filet mignon. Then you order potatoes and then you order rice. You have just sabotaged your healthy eating because you didn't have the willpower to not eat those items and to purchase a salad. That is self-sabotaging. If your goal is to complete something, make sure you complete it. The next one is you're in a relationship. Everything is going amazing in that relationship. And then you say to yourself, this is way too good to be true. Something must be going on in this relationship. Why is this person acting so nice to me? You start snooping or acting funny, and then the other person is like, what is going on with you? And you're like, nothing. You're sabotaging your relationship because now that person does not trust you. Self-growth. You have an opportunity to evolve in a business venture or an opportunity to go to school. You don't roll out the business because it's perfectly planned. It's not perfectly planned. You don't go to school because you realize the tuition is too high. All you're doing is just realizing that you are self-sabotaging yourself. You're just saying things that will make you not do what you want. If you do want to grow and you want to open up your own business, I say go ahead and do it. It does not have to be perfectly planned. Self-care was actually started in my kitchen with no backdrop and no items. And I worked really hard to make self-care what it is today. Trust in your higher being. If an opportunity is placed in your lap, go for it. Does any of these things that I just discussed, health, finances, or relationships, sound familiar? If you, like most people, you're going to say yes. So let's go over 7 ways to stop sabotaging ourselves. The first one is become aware of your deserve ceiling. Your deserve ceiling is how far up you want to be without putting your pros and cons in front of that deserve ceiling. The next one is accept responsibility. One way we self-sabotage is we deny responsibility for what happens to us. Instead, we find others to blame. We forget at the end of the day, it's our choice and actions that determine where we end up. The third one is identify your patterns. What do you do to stop yourself when you start getting close to achieving a goal? What do? Do you hit the snooze button to avoid getting to where you need to be on time? Do you get irritable and start snapping at those around you? Do you think about what could go wrong so you can plan ahead? All you're doing is sabotaging yourself. If this is you, then you are sabotaging yourself. Work on identifying your self-limiting patterns. Make sure you stop them before they begin. Your self-limiting patterns is where you put a limit to what you're going to do. That's why I said, don't knock it until you try it and go for it. Just go for it. The fourth one is change your stories. The stories we tell ourselves about what we've done and what has happened to us to create our own self-image or how we think about ourselves. The stories we tell ourselves might be holding us back from creating new stories about ourselves. We don't have to keep living in the past and keep telling ourselves a certain story. Change that story, change the narrative. We need to re-examine and reframe our life stories. No more self-sabotaging. The fifth one is identify those negative beliefs. Think about a goal you have set for yourself. What are the thoughts that pop in your head when you think about your goal? Do you say, there's no way you can achieve that goal? If I fail, I'll never be able to show my face in public. I don't deserve that. If you have those thoughts, then you have just identified with self-sabotaging. Move away from people holding you back. One reason we sabotage ourselves is out of fear of outgrowing the people we're around. Example, what if your friend no longer wants to hang out with you because all you talk about is JSSelfcare topics? What do? Do you refrain from talking about how JSSelfcare has helped you transition to your authentic self? Or do you change your circle, change those friends? Try to encourage your friends and family to join you as you strive to improve yourself. If they try to hold you back, then you need to move away from them. Find a group of people who will pull you up instead of allowing those around you to drag you down. The seventh one is raise your feelings of self-worth. You have to feel worthy of anything you do. You're worthy of yourself. The higher your self-worth, the more you feel that you deserve to have the things you want. One way you can raise your self-worth is to sit down and ask yourself the following questions. What good have you done? How have you helped others? What are you proud of? The worthier you feel, the more likely it is that you'll allow yourself to break through your current deserve level and achieve more of what you want. Instead of being your own worst enemy, work on becoming your greatest ally. Work on becoming your greatest ally. The only person that can break you down and sabotage you is you. No one has the power over you. Continue to work on stopping self-sabotaging. When those negative thoughts come to you, say, you know what? I'm going to do this, and whatever happens, happens. Because we can't control what happens. Even though we try to plan things out, you just can't control what happens. Stop self-sabotaging. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section. And don't forget to hit that bell, because JSSelfcare is going to come up with some more topics, and we're going to continue to discuss those topics. Next week, we're discussing self-motivation. Once again, thank you. Have a good day.